أهلا بكم في قناتي سات ماث 800. Today's lesson is about polynomial, factors, graphs, and operation of polynomial. What is a polynomial? A polynomial is an expression consisting of variables and coefficients involving only addition, subtraction, multiplication, and non-negative integer exponent. These are examples about polynomial. These are examples of non-polynomial. What is a polynomial? It's an expression consisting of variables. Yes, there is a variables x, y. This is a variable, and it can have any number of exponent to the power 4, squared to the power 3, all accepted. And it has coefficient. It's acceptable to have a number before. What is the coefficient? Is the number before the variable. Involving, this is a term, this is a term, this is a term. Involving between the terms addition or subtraction or multiplication. These are all the operation except for division is acceptable. This is three terms, we call this trinomial. When this is two terms, we call this binomial. This is polynomial and this is polynomial. Also, we see the biggest number of the exponent, it's 2, so the polynomial of second degree. When we see here, the greatest number is 4, so the polynomial of fourth degree. These are not polynomial. Why? Because x is under third root or under square root, it's not a polynomial. Also, when x is in the denominator, why? Because it is x to the power -1. Non-negative integers exponent. It's not acceptable to have negative exponent like this. Polynomial factors. We have a videos about factoring, but this is simple examples about factoring. When we find here 3x squared plus 6x, we will find that there 3x and 3x here, it's common between the two terms. So we will factor it out, take 3x common, and we open a parenthesis and put the remain x plus 2 in a parenthesis. So this is called factor. Also, when we see expression like this or polynomial, binomial like this, we will find 6 is common, 2, no, not common, x squared is common, y squared is common, so we will take the common factors outside the parentheses and we will put the remain of the expression inside the parentheses. There is also grouping. When we find x cubed plus x squared minus 6x minus 6, these terms have 6 common, these two terms have x squared common, we will find here that these brackets are common, so we will find x squared minus 6 times x plus 1. Here is the same example. 2x cubed minus 10x squared. There is 2x squared common. The remain is x minus 5. These 3 is common and x minus 5. We will take the bracket x minus 5 common and will remain 2x squared plus 3. That's called grouping. Special product, we will talk about difference of two squares. What is difference of two squares? When this is a perfect square and this is a perfect square, and between them a minus, just minus, because it's difference between two squares. So we will open two parentheses, one the root of the first, the root of the second, and the same is here. What is different between two brackets? The sign inside between the two variables. So ax squared minus b squared equal a plus b times x minus b. We have to memorize this. X squared minus 16. We have to check if this is have a root. It's perfect square. Yes, it's a perfect square. Have a root x. If this is have a root, yes, it has a root, and it is 4. There is a difference between the two squared. Yes, so we will open two parentheses. The first x, and the second the root of the second, and one is plus and the other is minus. We have to check before we check that the root of 16 is 4. What is a perfect square trinomial? Trinomial means 3 terms. We will find that a square, the first, we have 3 terms. This is term, this is a term, and this is a term. We have 3 terms. The first term is a perfect square. We can have a root. The third, it's perfect square. We can have a root. The sign between them, it can be addition or subtraction. We will solve when it is plus. What will we do? We will get the square of a, the square of b, put the sign from the second term, and the parentheses will be squared. A, we can move this direction also. If I have this parenthesis square, when we break it down, a, it will be a squared. We have this sign here to the second term. We have twice the second times the first times the second, twice a times b, and plus b squared. The first have to be positive, the third have to be positive. The second term take the sign of the brackets. We will see here, is this is a perfect square? Yes, this is a perfect square. Can we get a root for this? A perfect square? Yes, the root is 3. Is this is 3 times x times 2. Can we have this? Yes, it is a perfect square. So we will get the root of x, we will get the root of 3. We will put the sign inside it. We can, as you notice, it can be positive or negative. A plus b squared, x minus 3 squared, it can be negative or positive. Difference between two squared, it can be negative, just negative. If we move this direction, we will find, can we expand this parenthesis? Yes, x squared. The sign, we will put it at the second term. 2 is constant. 2 times 3 times x, we will find 6x. 3 squared, we will find 9. There is a sum and difference of a cubes. This is a trinomial, and this is a binomial. If we have a cubed minus b cubed, that this will be two brackets. The first bracket is a minus b. This is the simple bracket. The cubed root for a, the cubed root for b, and put the sign. We have this bracket, we will make the other. From this bracket, we will square the first, square the second, inverse the sign. We will multiply a times b. This is also the same. A cubed plus b cubed equal two brackets or parentheses. The cubed root a, cubed root b, the same sign. We will take this bracket and make this bracket from it. A squared, b squared, the first and the third always positive. The first and the third are always positive, and the second depends on the sign of inside brackets. So this is square, this is square, this is positive. We will inverse the sign, first times second. X cubed minus 8, the cubed root, x, the cubed root 2, we will put x minus 2, and we will make the other brackets. X squared, 2 squared, inverse the sign, we will the product of x. This is the graph of all the function we have. This is the linear function. The linear function is a straight line. This is quadratic function. It is squared function. We have a parabola. This is a function of third degree. For third degree. This is exponential function. This is absolute function. This is fractional function. You have to memorize the image at least. This is linear, quadratic, third degree, exponential, absolute, and fractional. Now we will try to graph any expression, any polynomial. This expression, if it is second degree, we can graph it. There is no problem. It's from third degree. We can also graph it. This is third degree. This is second degree. But there is some polynomial function we can't graph easily. So we will get the basics here. Of course, of the coefficient, if the coefficient of x squared is positive, so the parabola is positive, so it slopes upwards. When the coefficient of x squared is negative, so the parabola will be downward. If x cubed is positive, it's positive, so it will pass through the first quad. This is the first quad, and the fourth quad. It's look like this. The first and the third, sorry. If it is positive, it will look like from here it's half parabola and half parabola in the third quad. If the coefficient of x cubed is negative, it will be flipped. It will be the remain of the parabola from here, and it will pass through the second quad and the fourth quad. We have to memorize this. So we will see this. If the function is positive, or the coefficient, this is the coefficient. The coefficient is positive, so if the number of the exponent is even, second, fourth, it will looks upward. It's positive, it looks upwards. When it's even and the coefficient is negative, it will looks downward. If the function, the number of exponent, or the exponent is odd, it's like third degree, fifth degree, it's odd, so it will be the same. It's positive, the coefficient is positive, and the exponent is odd, so it will be like this, the same like the third. If the coefficient is negative and the exponent is odd, it will be like this. We will see here, this example, we will try to graph the function x cubed minus 3x squared minus x plus 3. We have steps to try to graph any function. The first step is to have the zeros of the function. Second step is determine the y-intercept. Third is to analyze the function behavior. Fourth, plot points. First, we will try to factor this function. We will group these two terms and group these terms, and we will find x minus 3 is common between the terms, and the remainder will be x squared minus 1. X squared minus 1 can be factored again. X squared minus 1, we will get x minus 1, x plus 1 equals 0. So we have three brackets here. The first one, we will get x equal 3. The second, we will get x equal 1. The third, we will get x equal negative 1. These numbers are the zeros of this function. What is the meaning of the zeros? They are the intercept, the graph with the x-axis. These points lies on the x-axis. Since they lies on the x-axis, y will be 0 for each number. So this point is 3 and 0, 1 and 0, negative 1 and 0. These are the three points here. Second step is to determine the y-intercept. What is the y-intercept? To get the y-intercept, we have to put x equals 0. Here we find when y equals 0. Here we will put x equals 0 and we will substitute in the function 0 cubed minus 3x 0 squared minus 0 plus 3, and we will find y equals 3. This is another point, 0 and 3. Third step, this is the behavior of the function, to find if it's even or odd, and if the coefficient positive or negative. Maybe this will help. We will see the power is odd and the coefficient is positive, so the first part here, it's like the function of third degree, and the other these terms make the function to change. How to graph the function with just 4 points? We have to plot a point. We have to just take any points between these zeros and graph it, as you can. And of course we have calculators and Desmos calculator to check your graph. That's all for our lesson today. Hope you enjoy watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.